That is the most played hero for Narman as well. 4 games on Rubik, 3-1. 75% win rate.
Only 10 seconds.
He's played it against Xerxia, played it against Fnatic, and
5
twice
seconds.
against
Hurry,
Unity
hurry.
Gaming. So, well, also known as eHome. They're, however, out of the tournament already. So, haven't played it against Army Geniuses before. At least AG knows how the hero works, what they need to be cautious of. There's the big burst from this hero. You look at Lesh, Bounty, Rubik, they can quickly delete a hero off of the map with any rotation that they create. So you gotta build tanky on the side of Army Geniuses. You cannot go for a glass cannon damage dealer here. Otherwise you're fucked. I mean, you're just gonna lose your core instantaneously. And then you add the Brewmaster into the mix, so that's gonna make things even harder for Army Geniuses, positioning wise.
And that makes the lane of Geek Slate, their off lane, very, very strong. I think here, yeah, as I thought, it's gonna be a different approach from Geek Slate, because Army Geniuses are gonna ban out the
10
heroes that push
seconds to
towers
pick.
fast, that control areas, that have Zoo. But
5
then Geek
seconds.
Slate, what are
Hurry,
they gonna
hurry.
be left with? With the ability to push out the lanes and go for kills. And that's what the Rubik brings here. You get the Mirana Starstorm, you get the Tusk Shards, or the Tiny Avalanche, and you push out the waves, immediately connect to your team. It's gonna be all about speed here for Geek Slate. And Army Geniuses, with the Lifestealer, they wanna be able to stand their ground a little bit more. Plus, it's a good hero against the Brewmaster Rubik, not only in the laning
Only
stage,
10
but later on as
seconds.
well. You need to have Magic Community to be able to do any kind of damage when the split
5
does come out.
seconds remain.
So Lifestealer does does work out nicely in the laning stage. He's got decent damage output. He's got good attack speed. He does have that rage built in, which will help out against most of these heroes on the side of Geek Slate. But they're also very mobile heroes. If they don't get the lockdown, it feels like Lifestealer is just endlessly chasing heroes, trying to get to them. At least the rage does give you the extra movement speed. But if you do pop it, that also means that that's technically your engaging ability, because it is like a BKB in a way, just with movement speed on top.
The goal of the Lifestealer here is to hold the tower for a very long time, so that he can hold the fort. If they can't push him out, his team will have a chance to go for kills. I think that's the thing that Army Geniuses are gunning for. They just wanted a hero that can stay in the laning stage for a long time, and
10
Lifestealer
seconds
goes
to
perfectly
pick.
with that one, because with nice vessels to jump into, the Tusk and the Tiny,
5
he can
seconds
actually get that first kill without popping the rage. And then once you start the chasing, then you're gonna be going for that one. So I like it. I think it's a pretty good pick here.
I like the idea that you're saying that they need to hold the towers, because when you're playing a Lifestealer lineup, if you don't have map control on your side, if you're getting squeezed in, this hero just establishes nothing. The whole idea of Lifestealer is being able to surprise, and that usually comes through map control and having vision and having mobility
Only
and
10
being able to take
seconds.
down objectives after you find a kill for yourself.
Radiant team
If
are now picking.
you get squeezed in, this is not a very enjoyable game for the Lifestealer at all. And I just can't see how Army Genius can even bounce back with this current draft that they have if they're being squashed in.
For sure. And the Lifestealer, as you mentioned, he needs to surprise you. He even has a line that literally just says "surprise" when he gets out of someone. So yeah, that's kind of the point here that Army Geniuses are gunning for. Geek Slate will put a little bit
10
more
seconds to
emphasis
pick.
into the team fight. So now I think this was the Brewmaster in
seconds.
the
Hurry,
5
hurry.
role or 4 role. That's how it's looking to me. Or is it an offlane Lash? Yeah, I don't know what they're doing on
Carry Brew, let's go, Scam.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. But I think it's still going to be a carry bounty. That's what it looks like to me. Army Geniuses, they go for the Mars this game. It is going to be an offlaner that pushes out the wave and then connects. So Army Geniuses is putting a lot of emphasis in being able to fight early on and win those fights, because that's of the utmost importance against the bounty hunter. And then they're relying on the Lifestealer later on. So a bit of a different approach from them. With the bans, I think they made things a bit more even. And now,
Force
so
bounty.
it's going to be Force. Yeah,
Carry
Scam
Brew.
Lush.
Oh, I was getting excited for the Brewmaster carry, but there's no room for it. There's no room for it here.
It still is a core bounty, you know. Offlane bounty is gonna be hard to deal with for a Lifestealer, as you said, very mobile and has a lot of armor, so you don't really care about the Lifestealer consistently hitting you. So interesting approach from Geek Slate. But the thing is, this time around, it is their lineup that can fall flat quite easily. And Army Genius's lineup, it should always work and always have a chance to make something happen. So I think the tables have turned slightly here.
Let's see if we are spicing things up here. Are we going to see Army Geniuses tie up this game? What do you think about the draft? Is it a better approach than it is in game number 1?
Yep, I think so. I think Army Geniuses, they have a good chance of equalizing it here against Geek Slate for sure.
Yeah, I think Geek Slate are returning into a more traditional type of draft, even though they do have the Bounty Hunter as an offlane being a bit of a wild card. Added the Brewmaster into the mix. It is a support with a team fight ability, which is mainly for your ult and your slow from Cinder Brew. So you do, or your Thunderclap even. They can find good openings, but they're also pretty level dependent on this lineup. Like, they need to find experience, and XP is either found by splitting the map, having somebody in the jungle in your lineup, but most of these heroes are in lanes, basically. So, lane presence has to be huge.
For sure. I like how Geek Slate actually learned from their loss against Army Geniuses in the last day of the group stage, because what they did is they did play a Lesh and a Bounty, but Bounty was played as 5, and they, at some point in the game, they started lacking damage severely. They thought that the Lesh is going to be enough. Now, they're like, okay, we're going to get teamfight on our position 5, and we're going to put that Bounty in the offlane, so it's not really going to be an issue in terms of damage when the time does come, and a bit of unfortunate there for Geek Slate. Their ward will immediately get taken down now.
Yep, that will be found for sure. Walking into mid. Getting popped on the smoke as well. So they know about this. See what there's on their minds, though, because Scam right now is positioned on the top half here. Let's see if he's looking for a lane swap or not. They don't have to.
We're good. We're good,
I feel like, yeah, we're
asking.
good. We're good here.
I like when they ask us how we are. They're not talking to their opponents for sure.
Oh.
No reason for that.
Let's see if we got a reply.
Imagine you baited the players.
All right, we'll let you to it. We'll let you to it. we won't bother you anymore. All right, well, let's get a battle here. Are they gonna try to win this fight? There's a stun landing on to CML. Tusk is pretty low on HP, and first blood will go for Geek Slate. So I think we're not jinxing anything. He actually jinxed it himself. So for once.
If they weren't writing and responding to Panda, a Geek Slate agent here helping them get the phone. Yeah. It was too optimistic there for sure for Army Geniuses.
Yeah. Well, laning stage is going to kick off with a very low HP Brewmaster in the bottom lane, starting off with an Orb of Venom, so he's got to regenerate first before he can get back into action. Positive side for the Brew. He's still a pretty tanky hero, but he's going to be in a bit of trouble here and surrounded by CML and DB, but he stands his ground. He doesn't try to go for a desperate escape from the ice shards, which you see a lot of players do. You get shard blocked, you know it's going to be there for a few seconds. Your instinct basically tells you, I should look for a wraparound from another direction, but that might also lead you further away from where you're trying to get. So just stand still, plays it calmly. He's like, all right, I will eventually get out of here. He will. On CML, though. Raji has turned around. He's already got max HP, and he will be able to help out Scam for the kill.
I like the point that you brought out for the shards. When the shards used to be 7 seconds, it made sense to try to run around them. But now, when on level 1 it's 4 seconds, it's almost always better to just stand your ground, especially if they're placed as well as CML did place them there at the start.
Yeah, it's something that is built into muscle memory for so many players on specific heroes. Like, we usually use Earth Spirit as the biggest comparison because it was a massive change to the hero where they swapped around the stuns and the slows between the rolling boulder and the kick.
I even now remember the cries of even some pro players. Oh, the hero is dead. Wow, the hero wasn't dead, of course, because the guys who make this game are geniuses, much more than the players and us as well. So they knew what they were doing.
And it's always funny that it is the players usually say like, yeah, this hero, or like the community says like this hero sucks, but then it's usually the talent who think otherwise. I think it might have been Effie, I think, who brought up at some point. I was reading a tweet where she said like Earth Spirit feels like one of the most unbalanced heroes in the game. But I guess you really need to find a good game for it to actually have huge impact. Though.
Long story short, talents are awesome and players have no idea about Dota. So yeah, that's our conclusion right now.
Okay, those were Harry's words, not mine. Trying to look for the positive on both ends and looking for positives in this game. Mars having some difficulties with his CS in the early start of this laning stage. Skem with 14 and 5 denies. Mars with 9 last hits, but he does have a huge wave waiting for him. So if Skem is able to slow down the Mars from farming this wave, that could be a huge loss for the Mars in terms of net worth, because he needs to get his next item fast. Oh, yeah, that's one miss.
He also got one denied. He's gonna be okay now.
Alright, yeah. CML walks in. He's like, dude, can you get this guy off me, please? Support, do something.
And especially while the pull was happening, CML couldn't stop the pull, but he can stop the Lesh from bothering DP. Overall, so far so good for Geek Slate in terms of laning phase. They should be doing well in these lanes, to be honest, because Force. Well, he's a bounty hunter. He got a ring of health. He wants to go. It is going to be a Vanguard this game because there's a lot more physical damage that he has to deal with, especially on the top lane. He understands Lifestealer is going to be here for a long time, and you don't want to push him out with kills. You want to annoy him so much that you get him out.
Oh, they actually dodged a nice stun from Leshrac here, but they can't close in the gap. They don't have any movement speed to get to the Brewmaster. If only they got the stun to connect from Skem, that could have been disastrous for Army Geniuses. Technically could have actually led into a kill. But CML trying to play aggressive here, keeps Skem on the spot. Now he's just tanking hits, but he wants DB to connect on him. He's got 20 stick charges. Shard block coming out. There's no Brewmaster for the time being. Cinder Brew is thrown in, and that's enough to force them away. Gee, low on HP, but so is CML. Skem was thinking about another Lightning Storm. He is low on mana, though.
DB and CML here, you know, a Gladiator and a Bouncer. What is their weakness? Where you spray them with beer and suddenly they can't move. So very smart approach here coming out from Raji to just keep them away. Nicely done. DB though is finally gonna start getting a ton of CS. But the thing is, these two heroes, they want kills. Raji? Oh, yeah. Nice snipe.
Yeah, not exactly any place to escape to there. DB's been practicing his headhunting skills.
Does make sense. Does make sense. You kind of saw Skem doing some headhunting in the previous games, so you're bound to learn. But still, the lanes relatively even. That first blood is the thing that's making the biggest difference here. So we're definitely gonna be getting a very interesting game here, Panda. Again, it doesn't come down to who wins the lanes. It's gonna come down to who moves better around the map.
Have you been looking at this top lane for the last half a minute? Every time Lifestealer is walking in for a last hit, Bounty just yoinks all the coins he gets basically from the CS he's picking up. I'm gonna look at net worth. Yeah, you can really see a difference here. Lifestealer's actually bottom, but in the mid lane they're gonna be fighting, stacking up on 2. Cox thinking about the Rolling Thunder here. He did cancel it with the shield crash, and now only uses it to secure 1. Can't get Varish though, but it is a trade-off, 1 for 1. It is gonna be Yowie down though on this Tiny.
Oh man, yeah, the Lifestealer is having a really bad time. That's one thing really that we haven't put enough emphasis on, is just how much of a nuisance the Bounty Hunter is against these heroes that cannot do massive amounts of damage. We emphasize how bad he is against the Tinies, against the Marses and stuff like that, but against the Lifestealer, who needs to hit you and hit you and hit you over and over again to really take you down, he's just bullying him, taking all of his gold, and give me more. Yeah. That's not looking good.
Not really happy about in your dream situation here. There's quite a lot on the shoulders of this Lifestealer, but he's losing all of his gold. This 28 gold steal is, well, let's put it this way. Lifestealer gets somewhere around 35 to 40 gold or something like that for creep that he kills. Plus the range creep also gives a decent amount. Bounty Hunter steals 28 of that. So that leaves Lifestealer with 7 gold. That's like him farming a Kobold camp for 7 minutes in a row.
But they want to kill him now. And he doesn't have the Shadow Walk, so they won't need even a dust.
Yeah, a bit of vengeance here. The Vanguard is creating
kill him.
force to be very tanky, though. Skem is here looking for the stun. Lifestealer punished for it. Force getting to live. The lift cancels the leap. Oh my god. Oh my god. That just happened. The Vanguard too strong on the Bounty Hunter. He's got 10 armor. He's soaking up damage blocks and all these physical damage dealers. What can they do? What can they do?
Army Geniuses picked the Lifestealer to stay in the top lane forever, and he got super countered by the Bounty Hunter, and now they're not even focusing on that tower. They're like, yeah, Lifestealer, come over. He's like, nope, I'm gone from that one. I'll go somewhere else, but then there's no one to hold the tower.
Yo, we might snipe this Pango, but the tree toss is not going to connect as he has no target to hit on a magical immune. It will just be flopped into the air. But that's right. That is cool to see that the Bounty Hunter, which again was a first phase Bounty Hunter, is causing issues for Army Geniuses. So it feels like they haven't quite figured the hero out. But Raji, the support Brewmaster, bloody hell, this is a tanky support. It's taking forever to kill him. Cox rotating in. They finally kill him off. And now fighting against 3 with the Pango. He's got a couple bottle charges. He has some raindrops. He's going to dodge the bonk. Here comes the spear, though. Tower's about to kill DP. The swashbuckle. Cox takes a double. Yo, he's still in the chase, though. Has Avalanche. Has a toss available. Arrow flying in. He patiently waits his time. Goes for another swashbuckle. Tries to keep the Tiny away. He's trying to make a run for it. Varish has leap charges, but he's not going to have the nuke available with the Starstorm. Another swashbuckle nuke from him. And Yowie has spent this entire time running behind him with this Tiny. And they are now just getting outplayed almost, you could say, at this stage. He's still going for Cox and moving back to the mid lane, while Raji walks in between for the bottle refill for Cox.
And it even allows Geekslate to be super aggressive on the Lifestealer. You see the Mirana, you see the Tiny chasing this hero, and the Mars
goes back in.
And it's gonna be... He found him.
And the arrow's connected as well. This is a kill. He could throw the tree toss before the swashbuckle finishes to allow him to ulti. And Varish will get the last hit with a flying projectile going in. And that will be a needed kill for Army Geniuses. But damn, did that take a long time.
Yeah, also, DB made a big mistake on the bottom lane. First, he missed the God's Rebuke, and he was consistently being hit by the tower. He could have transferred the aggro at any point to the Tiny, to the creeps. Everything was there, but he didn't do it. And because of it, he died. Then all of this happened. Your Lifestealer gets dove in the mid lane. He doesn't die, but he's bullied yet again. You lose the Mars, and it takes so long to kill the Pango. The only reason he dies is because he's like, okay, let's give them this one, because they're just going to give up, and we want to have a fair fight.
In Your Dream feels a bit disarmed this series. Didn't get to do much on the Morphling, and now with this Lifestealer, his impact is waning. He never actually got to play the game he was setting himself up to. He's only now just started building the armlet. And Force is there again, just taking all the money from this, like it's stealing candy from a kid. It just keeps on going in. This is so bullying. This is really annoying to play against.
I feel like we're laughing at him. They're going for a smoke. Yeah, this is something that has to happen, but it is very easy.
They tried it last time.
To read this.
They tried it last time.
Look at it. And he's just using scans. He knows exactly what's up. He doesn't even have
might
a
walk
point
back
in
in.
Shadow Walk.
He might actually walk back in because he doesn't see anybody with the scan. His smoke is going all the way to the back. They placed the ward. Oh, no. Okay. There's a sentry expiring in 30 seconds, but they know there's a ward placed down. The tower is getting vision. So even if the scan didn't connect, it's a perfect read.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he knew what they want. He is the only real target on the map. And now you just wait out. It's going to be Geekslate. They're coming towards the top lane.
He's going for the next target to steal money from. Oh, my God. This is a robbery.
You brought your older brother there to help you with the bully, but the bully is even stronger.
Oh man, that's gonna be a very frustrating situation. You're calling for backup, and then your backup's getting beat up.
you need to get some stronger friends in your dream here.
Yep.
Yowie and the Varys just aren't enough. They bring the Tusk. When the Tusk is there, the Bounty's like, okay, I'm not gonna be a part of that one. And then Force is just, he knows that he cannot die. Vanguard, Cloak, this hero's not going down.
Let's look at the Lesh situation. He's closing up on Bloodstone. Probably 2 minutes away from it. That's when the big snowball might just start to roll out. Gonna start hunting for kills, looking for objectives. He's got 3 points in Edict. Army Genius says they need this tower right now. Soon it's gonna be too late.
Raji is playing the role that In Your Dream wanted to play. Like, did you want to do this? Yeah, this is how you do it in your dream, not just running away from the lane like a coward as you did. This is just looking so easy for Geeks late here. It seems like they tactically destroyed Army Geniuses in this series. The game obviously isn't over, but Army Geniuses, they're gonna be needing massive amounts of kills, and at this point getting them without losing some of your own is almost impossible. Against the Bounty, that means it's still a loss.
TP looking for the spear, does not connect on the Brewmaster. TP coming in from Cox. 4 heroes spotted in the bot lane. Now they have the extra protection here for Raji. Narman also moving in with the Rubik. I think they saw him with the ward. They could get themselves a pick here. Trying to keep Cox away, but the shards misses. Rolling Thunder is going to be activated. Snowballing away to safety. Cox is going to be on top of him. 2-man shield crash. Varys is a bit too far away for another connection, but they blocked the Tiny. Tiny's stuck. Tiny's stuck. He's able to toss him into the air, though. Brewmaster goes for the split. And now CML just tries to keep Norman away, but he's going to toss the Tusk in. Varys and Yowie trying to make a run for it. Varys is low on HP. He's only got 1 more leap charge, and here comes Force. And he's just going to follow up for the kill. He's just standing on top of him. He's not even going for the track kill. Onto the Tiny he goes to get himself 1. And now they will lose Raji finally, but he's already played his part. Now they just need to clean house. Army Geniuses, they need to fight back. Infest Bomb comes out. Huge swashbuckle from Cox. CML is about to fall. 3 seconds remaining. Lifestealer down in your dream. He is down. CML getting almost sniped. 40 HP. But here comes Force. He's literally a moving force here, and the snowball forces CML to walk into his death, and that's another track kill. And Marana just TP'd in. He's been scouted out. Force with 400 HP, toying with them, bullying with them. They found the ward as well with the courier being moved in at the same time by Narman onto the cliff. They ping it out. Arrow flying in, almost connects onto Force. They have Narman on the high ground. Yowie trying to battle it out with the Bounty, but the Bounty into Vanguard. He's just taking 20 damage from this Tiny. A Fade Bolt connected just before the tree toss. So he's not even doing any damage with that tree that he's throwing in.
Force is untouchable. He is just a hero that cannot die. Every single spell was used on him. The spear, the arena. Let's go.
He's an unstoppable force.
I knew you were gonna say that, man. It was. I'm not gonna say that it was easy to read, Panda. I just know you so well. That's how it is.
We're gonna find Raji in mid though. The swashbuckle arrow does connect, trying to burst down the support brew. 300 HP, a lot of stick charges. Will heal himself up. Tree toss does connect. It will do a little bit of poke, but they've lost CML. 2 versus 3. The 2 are stronger.
Now, at this point, Army Geniuses are just happy when they're dying, not to track kills. But yeah, Force is back again.
Oh, the arrow will miss. Point blank range from Varys. It doesn't hit anybody. Losing the life of the Tiny, and he's being forced into tree line. Leap to the low ground. Force still trying to play a bit of a scout here. DP's around. They saw the Lifestealer. They're moving away. 11,000 lead again, just like last game.
I think it's even more. I think it's more. At 16 minutes in, it wasn't this much. Army Geniuses, last game, at least they could get some kills when they got the Blink Dagger on their mid laner. Now, Tiny's not even... I mean, he is close to it, but it's 17 minutes in, and that's a mid lane Tiny with 4k net worth.
And here's Force again to steal all your gold.
Not your tower. Not your gold. Everything is...
Okay, they're going to walk in. DB doesn't pop the arena, though. And they're on the run. Might just lose this Mars here in the process. He could have actually dropped down a choke point ulti, allowing them to escape, but instead he's just going to die.
You need kills. You need kills. If you're using your spells defensively, you're just going to get dove or stay in your base. So you
already got dove.
But you have no way to fight back. Now you still... quote-unquote have a way to fight back. I don't think that you're getting back into this game. 12k gold lead, 17 minutes in is too much. You can't do anything. You can't kill any big hero.
Yeah.
It's just looking hopeless right now. And they picked heroes that can kind of always get kills, and they can't.
Lifestealer has half the net worth of this Leshrac. Half.
Yeah, that stings. That really stings. And Rubik is starting to take over them. There is a good chance by the end of this game, if Army Geniuses don't GG out fast enough, that Narman will be overtaking every single core of Army Geniuses.
Track is going to reveal their positions here. CML is already low. Force is just going to dive him under the tower. Snowball comes out, but he's still going to be down as soon as the next Shuriken flies in.
Good shards.
He's actually going to regenerate a bit here. The shards did keep him away, but the primal split, too much to deal with. A track kill secured. Raji gets the kill, and Bounty Hunter takes his share.
Radiant's top tower is under siege.
They have a smoke, but they're tracked.
Tower taking damage.
A kill?
They do have themselves the Brewmaster kind of out of position, but can they respond to it? Lifestealer down a half, no mana for Rage. And there's a Diffusal slow coming in out of all things. It is the Pango, not allowing the Lifestealer to escape. He did not have the mana to survive this one, but Force finally taken down. That's his first death.
To get outplayed, that's the power of the Tiny. Toss him back. Tier 2 still haven't fallen, so Army Geniuses, they want to strike back right now. There's no bounty, there's no track kills. If there was ever a time to fight, it's right now.
Do they have the courage for it, though? We have not seen an arena yet from DB. Does not have any vision. They're blind right now into that mid lane. So they're going to lose control of their triangle. Raji already pushing out the bottom wave. They're setting their sights towards the tier 2 and the triangle area. Establish more vision into it. Just make sure Army Geniuses can't get back to farming this area at all. Lifestealer, he's heading right into a trap.
Oh, they might catch Force again. This is big if they can do it. They went to outpush the waves. Okay, he knows that they're there. Coming over to hunt them down. I like what they did. They outpushed the waves.
Bottom, though.
You just let him go.
If they jump Force, they're going to lose the tower. But since nothing is happening right now, they're backing away from bottom, suspecting there's more heroes. But now they see DB. They cancel the TP. Leshrac can't get in. Then they're going to find this kill on Force. They surely have it. Yes, they do. Cox rolling in, and he's got the slow on CML. Targeting the Tusk. Stolen Snowball from Narman. Locking down the Tusk and can't do anything there. So it is a response, but it is a core kill nevertheless for Army Geniuses. Maybe Raji goes down next. Toss, arrow, combo comes flying through. A couple more hits. Oh, they missed the right click from Yoi.
And he had the sticks there, so he'll be fine. This is a really good move from Army Geniuses. They got a kill onto the Bounty Hunter, and you could think, okay, they should go for a smoke right now. But they're like, yeah, we're not sure if we're going to be able to win that fight. Let's push out the waves, and with that, we will get someone isolated. And they isolate the Bounty once again. So very nicely done by Army Geniuses, recognizing how they're going to get a bonus kill off the back of that one mistake that Geek Slate did make. And now they go for a smoke when Geek Slate are... all around the map, so you can maybe get something going your way. Geek Slate should be somewhat aware of this. It's time for them to start getting together.
Smoke coming out onto smoke action from Army Geniuses, but they're going to get overpowered very fast with this smoke rotation. Varish's smoke has popped, and now they're running away. It's the same reaction again. We feel confident in the smoke. We don't feel confident when it pops, and they're trying to get out. They get the TP off of the Mirana, but CML doesn't look like he's going to be as lucky. Avalanche is going to be there. Raji just needs to close in some gaps, but they will let the Tusk live. They're not going under the tier 2 tower without the creep wave. It's still on its way.
That's okay. Army Geniuses are making the right moves not to be run over. They are making a smoke towards top. They see all of the heroes, they back out. Now they know that Geek Slate are together. It allows your Lifestealer to push out the waves. So Geek Slate have had enough. They're like, okay, you don't want to fight us? No problem. We're just going to walk into Roche and force you to do it, or we get a big advantage with which we can dive even harder.
Leap stolen by Rubik. Not the best spell. Allows them to closing gaps. Master catches the arrow while they're finishing off Roshan. DB comes in. He's got the arena. Spear connected. Pango down. Maybe the Leshrac as well. He's still healing with the Bloodstone, but the damage is too much to deal with. Tiny goes down. Roshan still taken by this Leshrac. as the Armored forces DB away. It was a good start for the fight. They got the Pango and the Lesh, but they didn't get the instant lockdown. Or the follow-up on the lockdown even. That's what I wanted to say. Varus being chased by Raji. That's a support on support here. One last leap charge. Is it going to save the Marana? Trying to run away. Track comes in. Crit from Brew. Varus down.
I think that should be it. That Army Geniuses are doing well, but in this game in particular, after what has happened, you need to make all of the right moves and to have a little bit of luck as well. That was a really good double spear from the Mars, but it was the Lesh that needed to die. That was the hero that you were looking for. Pango was low. They went for him first. The Lesh survived. Fight is over. Now he has the Aegis, and the lanes are gonna be pushed out quite easily by Geek Slate. You overtake the triangle, you push out the mid and the bottom lane, you force Army Geniuses back, and then they're forced to fight the fight they cannot win because of the 15k gold lead. So now Geek Slate, it's very easy for them to get everything going their way. So Scam is TPing top. Okay, this is an opening. Army Geniuses need to take something out of this TP. They have 30 seconds to do so.
Let's see if they go for it. DB is already in the bottom lane. He's scouting out for information. Heroes are going to be showing, but they're just farming the jungle. Army Geniuses, they're oblivious. Force is looking at the tree line. DB shows himself as Cox just popped in, and well, he said maybe Army Geniuses need to find something. It is they who are found.
Yeah, you can see how Geek Slate are not putting any emphasis in the mid lane. They know they have the tower, and that lane is going to be pushing out. You get the side lanes out, and Army Geniuses suddenly don't have a play.
Stealer trying to farm up. He's got his armlet close to Deso. And going for Shard and Sanj. They are fighting for the DD room. Tiny will secure it. Force jumping on CML. They've got the Shards placed down. Rolling Thunder. Cox is rolling in. Slow on the Tiny. Tiny unable to fight back. He's got his DD room, but he can't use it here. Skem's already taken down CML as they jump the backline. Quick 2 kills for them, and knowing the Mars is down, they don't have a fight.
When the lanes are like this, we're just gonna see fights where Army Geniuses are clueless to what to do because there's nothing to do. If there are 5 heroes of Geek Slate close to each other, there is no way that you're winning a fight. Maybe you get that first kill, but you're never gonna have the guts to jump for it because even if you get it, you're still gonna lose the fight if you're too deep in.
Oh, at least now Lifestealer has a Desolator, so that does pack a punch. Bounty Hunter has disassembled his Vanguard and gone for the pipe plus a Vitality booster on top.
Yep. Now it's magic damage that kills him. In the early game, it was the Vanguard. It was diving the towers. The tower damage what he was afraid of. But now you just get the pipe. You have the BKB, and you just don't die. Army Geniuses, they cannot kill you.
They can't kill you, and they probably can't even kill your teammates either. Giving Leshrac a bit of extra damage to soak. And the magic resistance against so many abilities. Allow him to stay alive a bit longer. He blinked into the tree line, hoping somebody would show in the lane. Army Geniuses, they're playing the trees. However, Bounty Hunter, he's an expert. He's an expert in forest warfare. We'll find DB. We got a spear. The reinforcements are on their way, but how long does it take for them to arrive? DB, does he get the arena out? He does. It's forced with a BKB, though. He could just walk out anytime. They're still going to battle it through. And CML tried to help him, and he's down too. Lifestealer being chased by Skem. The stun almost goes out, but the rage is forced away. There is Rubik getting caught in the arrow. Varus will find a kill, but Yowie with that DD rune. Snowball saved once again. They're lacking damage. They have a one quick burst to throw, and their lives are going to be falling after that. Lifestealer to fall to Army Geniuses, getting dismantled. There's no army left.
Yep, the task there was like, let's die together, and at least that's something that they do. You know, if we're going down, we're all going down together.
Yep.
So that's gonna be a manly way to lose the game. But ever since that, I mean, this whole game has looked like a disaster for Army Geniuses, but ever since that inability to continue the snowball after the 2 hit kills on the Bounty Hunter, it was obvious that Geek Slate have started to control the map in a way that Army Geniuses will never get a fight. And there it is, they killed the Rubik, but you're way too deep to get out. It's just very easy to read what's gonna be happening here, because the lead is so big for Geek Slate.
1,000 gold per minute. every player is technically earning 200 gold more per minute against the enemy team. Yowie will find the last track, and maybe enough for a kill. He's regenerating a fuck ton of HP though, and it just will not go down. Mars being pummeled the next time. DB to go down, and the Lifestealer gone. That's surely game. GG is called, and Geek Slate, they're going to the grand finals.
Just to remind the viewers, this is the upper bracket finals that Geek Slate just walked over their opponents in. It was a 1 hour. It was a 1 hour series between these two teams, and Geek Slate, they knew exactly how they were going to win. Their preparations for these games were amazing, knowing how to play, what to do, adjusting also to some draft adjustments from Army Geniuses. It just shows beautiful understanding of the game. In Geek Slate, they're gonna be a force to be reckoned with in the grand finals and in the Southeast Asia DPC Division 1. So these guys, they're looking really, really strong here.
Bounty stole 1,400 gold this game. And this was a 27-minute game.
Last time it was like 1,700, if I remember correctly. But yeah, it's a lot. It creates the difference of 3.5. Sorry, to 2.8k. So that is quite huge. You're stealing that from the opponents, but you're also gaining that. So it is a bit too much, especially for a game this long or this short. Plus, he didn't even have an Aghanim Scepter. You know what happens when you get an Ags. It starts rising even higher. But yeah, Geek Slate, I mean, nothing to say here. They knew from start to finish what to do. The second that they changed the Bounty Hunter to the off lane and were able to push out the Lifestealer from the safe lane without any effort whatsoever. You usually have to bring in multiple heroes. I think that's the main thing that kind of dismantled all of the ideas of Army Geniuses how to play this game. They pick a Lifestealer. They're like, he's going to protect the tower forever. He didn't protect it at all. And then the game for Geek Slate was easy.
Yeah, that's another 2-0 here at the playoffs. We've seen a couple of those so far. Yesterday's games did both go 2-1, where Fnatic took down Lilga and Execration took down eHome, and they're going to be up next. It's going to be a 15-minute break until we head over to the lower bracket semifinals. It's up to the top 4 in the tournament. Who goes up against Army Geniuses in the next round? Well, I'm just going to have to wait and find out. It's T-Panda and Harry Freak here with the cast. We'll be back in 15 for the next and the last series of the day.